We're going to look at a snow bollard and the means of getting from a ridge down and either to a gully or down onto a steeper snow slope, and from there progress down into easier ground. What we've done, and as you can see here, is we've cut a horseshoe shape in the snow, and we've dug that so that the rope here is sitting in the hard layer of the snow. If we dig too deep and go into the softer snow, it may be possible for the rope to cut underneath the harder snow and actually just slice this away completely. So this has just been dug down into a hard layer. What we've then done is we've found the middle of the rope, which is nicely marked here by a black mark. The shape of the snow is a horseshoe, but what's important is the size of it. So if we was in hard ice, we may well find that we could put our axe here, holding the axe in the middle of where we're going to place it, and do a arc around, and that would be the size that we would cut this. We're actually in neve here, so what we've done is we've gone from the elbow, holding onto the axe, and we've cut that around. So without damaging this bit, I'd put my elbow here, I would curve around to the middle, do the same here, and arc that around, and that gives us the size in neve. And it may well be in softer snow that what we need to do is a much bigger arc, maybe with a full arm length, and that makes something as big as maybe 3 meters. And in softer snow, that's going to be safer. It may well be that it just doesn't work. Okay, so the important thing with a snow bollard is that you check the integrity of the snow and actually decide when you're digging whether it's going to be safe or not. The last thing you want is to put your rope around, get ready to abseil off, and the whole thing destroys and collapses. Okay, so we now have the rope in place. We can do a little bit of a test with the rope, maybe a little bit of a slice, and just what we don't want to do is feel that this is actually sliding off or that it feels like it's cutting in. I'm going to have to abseil on this in a moment, so I want to make a really good check to make sure that my rope is tucked down. It's all good on this side. I'm not going to stand in the middle because I don't want to damage this part of the snow, and it's tucked down here. The middle of the rope is there. So I'm quite happy with this now, so I'm going to go, I need to get the rope down the slope that I'm going to abseil into. So I've got the two ends of the rope here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lap the rope and I'm just going to throw that bit down to start with, keeping hold of this end, and with a bit of luck this rope will slide down the hill, leaving this rope in place. What I don't want to do is just chuck the rope off and for the rope to go flying. Okay, my axe I need handy, so I'm going to put it over my back, and I can get to that very easily. When I get to the bottom, I need to cut a ledge. I'm going to use the South African abseil to get down, but I'm going to do this at a very low angle. I cannot stand up at all. It's really, really important that I keep this rope on the snow, okay? And I'm going to progress down really, really slowly. So to do that, I'm going to take the rope, keeping an eye on the rope here. I'm going to pass it behind my back, and I'm going to cross the rope over, and then I'm going to pass the rope around one leg. With my other hand, I'm going to keep this rope down, and I'm now going to move backwards, and I know what's behind me. I want to make sure that that rope doesn't lift off of this snow bollard. So as I'm moving backwards, I'm keeping very, very low. So I'm going to stop. I'm just going to make sure that everything's okay beneath. Looking, I'm happy with this. I still can't stand up because I think the rope will lift. Okay, I'm now going over to the slope where if I stand up a little bit now, I can actually, it's not going to lift the rope, and I'm going to move back, but I'm still keeping an eye on the abseil and where the rope is around the bollard. Okay, and great. I can stand up now because of the angle of the slope. It isn't going to lift the rope over the snow bollard, but I still need to go down nice and carefully. I'm going to work my way down towards the end of the rope, but my concern now is I don't go off the end of the rope. So it's nice and slow. Okay, I'm near the end of the rope. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to keep hold of the rope. I'm going to pull my axe out. And still holding on to the rope, I'm going to cut myself a ledge. Now this ledge needs to be big enough that when I pull the rope I'm not going to fall off backwards. And once I'm standing on the ledge nice and safely, I can make it a little bit bigger. Okay, I'm going to put my axe in the snow and I can step out. Of this abseil position. Now, I'm going to pull the rope, so I'm going to have this end down one side and I'm going to pull on this, pulling it into my ledge. I'm expecting the rope to go flying down in a moment, but as long as I do it carefully and quite slowly, I should be able to catch that rope and then progress safely down the slope from here.